morning, friends, and welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time here, then a big huge special welcome to you. I hope that you will consider hitting that subscribe button, clicking the little bell so you'll be notified of all my future uploads. And if you are visiting again and you still have not hit that subscribe button, please go ahead and do so. And let's go ahead and get into today's video. It's fall, y'all! Okay, it's fall. Now granted, I'm not like the most happy that it's fall, because then that means it's going to be winter, and winter means snow and ice, and I just can't handle that. I don't like driving in the snow and ice. It makes me very anxious. Okay, like very anxious. It's a lot. Okay, more than I can handle. But it's exciting because I love fall color stories, especially in terms of like eyeshadow palettes, more than any other season. And now it's time to tell you my top 10 picks for eyeshadow palettes. Now, this is in no particular order. This doesn't mean one's better than the other. These are like literally 10 palettes that I feel like are perfect for fall. Of course, don't feel like you need to run out and like buy any of these palettes. So I have 10 palettes to talk about. These are things that you could still purchase. And I have 3 honorable mentions, which you cannot still purchase, which is sad because some of these are like really good. I'm like really sad about it, but I have 10 palettes right here to share with you, as well as 3 honorable mentions. So let's go ahead and let's get started. One of my top picks for fall, I think I like brought it up that this would be perfect for fall, is the Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. Like this is like so fall. This might be a little bit more spring, these 2 colors down here, but like these grungy tones right here, great, perfect, right up the alley for fall. These like very like cool toned kind of a pinks, also perfect and great for fall. I like how like small and compact this is. I like that you can like take off the mirror. I think that like the packaging is very interesting. I think that's cute, like the back of it. But overall, I think the color story, the look I created was definitely geared towards fall. I feel like you can make a ton of looks out of these for fall. This is currently available on their website. I don't know, it doesn't say limited edition, but I don't know how long Kaleidos keeps things on their website, because like the sci-fi green and like futurism pink or something like that never said it was going to be limited edition, and now you can't get it anymore. So I don't, you don't have to run and pick this up, but this is definitely a great option for fall. Shout out to Joanne for this next palette. So this is the Shroud Cosmetics Meet Me in the Underworld palette. First of all, this in and of itself, just the packaging screams like fall to me. And then the inside, I mean, look at those dark, grungy kind of tones. You have like those greens, you have those like magenta shades, maroon kind of shades, cranberry, and then you've got like some really pretty shimmers, especially like this Orpheus shade. I love that shade. It's like a golden green kind of a shade. So beautiful. So this next one I have not featured on my channel yet, but I have taken some time to kind of play around with it, so that way I can definitely recommend like the formula to you guys and definitely the color story. And that is going to be the Alien Cosmetics Not Normal palette. I will be doing a video with this in October, and I'm going to be talking about aliens with you guys. But I mean, this is so fall. Like those mustardy yellows, those greens, those like purplish, burgundy, and some really nice smoky neutrals. This is so great. The shimmers are also like great formula as well. Like that's just like beautiful. I feel like this is great for fall. The artwork on the front also really like screams like fall. Like this seems like a very like spooky, like Halloween kind of a cover. And then like the shades are also very like Halloween themed. Like you've got like Exorcist, Sage, Grunge, Day Job, Basic Smoke. Like I just feel like a lot of those can be like grungy kind of colors, or like fall, or just Halloween, just however you want to put it. And it's just like so beautiful. The mattes are absolutely beautiful. Like overall, This is such a good palette. Definitely one to check out. I know Alien Cosmetics does sell out pretty quickly. They do a lot of pre-orders as well. So if you have ever been interested in Alien Cosmetics or you have never heard of Alien Cosmetics, definitely go and give them a check. Go ahead and give them a check out. Go ahead and check them out. The next is going to be Natasha Denona Metropolis. So, I mean, how is this not fall? Like, this is absolutely perfect for fall. I know this is one of her limited editions. You can still get this. I think you can still get it on like Sephora, Beautylish, Natasha Denona's actual website. I will say that this formula is a little bit different than most of her others. These are more like a cream to matte kind of a thing. And I do hear some people say that they do kind of struggle a little bit with that. It does take a little bit of a learning curve, but I find that once I figured out how to really, you know, get that learning curve, this has quickly become one of my favorite fall palettes. I mean, of course you could probably, I think this is like a dupe or something, like somebody like made this palette like duped. Am I wrong? I like a company. I can't think off the top of my head. But you could definitely go and check that out as well. But overall, I think, like, I mean, come on. The oranges, the mustard yellows, the greens, the brown tones, like everything about this, 100% fall. Okay, hear me out on this one. All right. But it's the Micaela X Glam Light palette. Now, I can already hear some of you guys being like, what? I feel like this is like an all year round palette, so that's why I'm including it in my top fall favorites, because you have oranges, you have neutrals, you've got that mustard yellow, you've got some grungy greens, you've got some kind of like more plum kind of purples. Granted, you have like bright tones in there that would be good for like spring or summer, but you also have tones in here that would be good for fall. Like, this is a great like all year round, every season palette, and I'm absolutely like loving this palette. I love the artwork. So the fact that I'm like loving this palette, and the fact that you really could make some really great fall looks out of it is why I would have to include it in here. I think that this would be great for summer, spring, fall, winter. Like, there's so many awesome things that you can do with this palette, and I feel like a lot of people wouldn't really think like fall for this because it's very much like a rainbow palette. But yeah, there's definitely some fall looks that you could create with this that were going to turn out beautiful. So I just wanted to, you know, make sure to throw this in here just so in case you did buy this palette or you were thinking about it, definitely still a good time to go ahead and pick this up because this is another great fall edition. The next palette I will also be featuring on my channel in October, but I have played around with this a little bit to make sure it was good to recommend. And that's going to be the Shroud Cosmetics with Blvd. It's freaking bats. This, yep. I mean, this is grungy. The cover of it, you know, being like tons of bats. Like, the front of it itself is also like very, very like grungy Halloween themed. You've got like the shades like Handbook for like the Handbook for the Recently Deceased from like Beetlejuice. You've got Zero, which is like The Nightmare Before Christmas. You have Apparition, you have Addams, like the Addams Family. Like, there's just like tons of things that like, it's definitely like very like Halloween themed. The colors are very nice and grunge. This is a great palette. This is definitely like, the quality is good. Like, I'm like shocked at like how good this palette is. And the thing is like, I just kept sleeping on it because I was like, oh, I don't know. But then I kind of got into those grungy kind of palettes, and I'm so glad I picked it up. I think right now it's sold out. What I do know, according to the company as well as Blvd herself, is that they are going to keep restocking it until the demand is no longer there. And the demand still seems there, so make sure you guys are checking out Shroud on Instagram, so that way you guys can find out when this is going to be restocked. Next one is an oldie but a goodie, and I mentioned this last year in my top 10 fall palettes. Oh my gosh, I've been on YouTube for a year. Wow, I shock myself. But this is the Nomad palette from Juvia's Place. This is beautiful. This is very nice and affordable. I really love like the witch, the scarecrow witch on the front. Absolutely love that. And then I love like the mustardy tones, the orange, the grunge kind of brown, the green. And then you have only like 2 shimmers right here. And I feel like that goes perfectly with all the ones that you, like all the mattes that you have, especially this shade right here. Love that. Such a good palette. Definitely a good affordable option for fall. All right, 2 more palettes to talk about before we get into the honorable mentions. The next one is a drugstore option. This is the Electric Mood. You can get this at Target. This is in collaboration with Tiana Major 9. I really like this palette. I really love like the plummy, the cranberries, the like deep neutrals. I love like the different options you have for shimmers. I feel like this is a great drugstore option for fall. If you're wanting like a drugstore option, because I feel like a lot of them that I'm mentioning are like indie or more expensive. I feel like the Dubious Place might actually be cheaper than this one, but this is one where if you're just like going into your Target and want to get a nice drugstore fall option, I think that this is a great option. Definitely has some of those like, you know, oranges, grungy cranberry kind of colors, and so this is going to be a great one for fall if you're on a budget. So the last palette to talk about for my top 10 fall palettes is going to be the Vintage Rose from Give Me Glow. That's what's on my eyes today. You guys will see a tutorial of this. Either it's already posted or it will be. I'm not sure which is coming first yet. Just know one of them is on their way, and I will either link that video down below or make sure that you guys are subscribed so you guys can check out this video. But like, first of all, like the color story like of the packaging, absolutely fall. And then when you open this up, you've got like those cranberries, you've got like that very like beautiful green. I've got like this green right here on the eyes, this olive green. It turns out so beautiful. I feel like that you can take this palette a ton of different ways. You can create tons of fall looks. Absolutely a fantastic palette. Definitely a good one to check out for the fall season. So I have 3 honorable mentions. So the first up is going to be the Lethal is Dead. First of all, like, I mean, yeah, if that is not like a grunge fall kind of a palette, then you can't tell me anything else is. Like, this is definitely like a very fall grunge. I know it's still in stock now. You can get it on Lethal's website and you can get it on Camera Ready Cosmetics. So make sure you guys are checking both of those places out. But like the overall like aesthetic of the palette, the name of the palette is very like Halloween spooky, and then the color story as well, like very just like look at that. Like, look at these like grungy kind of like tones. Like, they're so beautiful. This is such a great palette. Next up is the Gather Round Sister from Hocus Pocus thing with Colourpop. One, Hocus Pocus, Halloween. Like, the whole thing is about Halloween, right? You've got like the cauldron on the front. You've got like the cauldron with the shade names on the back. You've got like a picture of like the witch sisters right there with like some of like the spell book right there. And then these colors, again, you've got like the cranberries, you've got like the nice neutrals, and you've got like the grungy greens. I know this was such a weird release where like they released it like once or twice. No, I think, yeah, it was just once, and then it was gone, and like they didn't even restock it. Like, they at least restock their stuff at least a few different times, but this one they're like, yeah, no, sucks, can't get it, sucks to suck. And it's just like, what are you doing? And then the last one, which is, this one makes me like the most sad that like this is no longer available, but it is like, it's the Moonspell palette from Lunar Beauty. Okay, first of all, this artwork screams like witch supernatural theme, and it looks like a little book. I love that. It looks like a spell book. And then you open it up, and I mean, just look at those colors. You've got your greens, you've got like your purples, you've got like your neutrals, and like all together, like this is such a great palette. It's got like witch names from like TV shows. So you've got like Hermione, and you've got Winifred Sanderson, and you've got Sabrina, and you've got like Piper, Prue, Phoebe, Paige. Like, you have like all these like witches, like, and this is definitely witchy themed. I love this palette. I 100% wish that like this was like a permanent item, because this is like the best palette, like the best palette packaging one he has ever come out with. And this color story, beautiful, probably like the best one. This is definitely my favorite. Overall, I think if you already have this, I think you're set. Alright, and that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what spooky fall palettes you guys are into. What are your top fall palettes for this year? Let me know all that down below. So don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads. Comment down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.